Hey, so we're gonna start making YouTube videos. It's something I've thought about doing for a really long time, and I just never have. But I think I'm going to now. And by the way, my name is Heather. I'm a med student, first year. So maybe I should get clear, what are my goals with starting to YouTube videos? So I think I have a lot of goals with this, and they may seem very lofty. I think one of my goals is to preserve my own mental health. This is a very tough process, and getting all the things out and talking about things can be very, very cathartic. I think I also want to show a face of medicine. I think there are a lot of faces of medicine. As many faces as medicine as there are faces of people who are in medicine. But I think there's one kind of general idea out there of what this is or what these people look like or whatever it is. And that's cool, but that's not me. So maybe just an outlet for that. If there's anyone else out there like this, so I don't feel alone, so you don't feel alone. What else? I'm not hoping to start a revolution with this and change healthcare in America. But if that happens, Luna, get down. I have a dog who is on the counter. We'll get to that. Luna, get down. What else? What other goals do I have? Mental health. Showing this. Pretty much that's it. Maybe stuff about women in medicine or a woman in medicine. I don't know. Me in medicine. So about me, since this is my first YouTube video. Again, I'm a med student, first year. I'm never gonna say where I go to school, for a lot of reasons. I will say it's a very good school. I will say as far as medical schools go, I'm probably as happy or happier where I go than I would be anywhere else. I just don't ever want to implicate anything about my school. Save myself, save them. Not going to talk about people I go to school with specifically. If I ever say anything, it'll be large generalities. What else about me? First year med student. Already said that. I think I've said that 3 times. Again, I'm Heather. I'm a non-traditional medical student. I'm 35 and I have 3 kids and a husband. And I stay in an apartment 3 hours from my house all week long. And then I go home on the weekends. And it is terrible and horrible and rough, but such is life, because I did not get into medical school where I live. So if that's something that you're trying to do, just know that if you're trying to get into med school, you just gotta be flexible. If it's what you're gonna do, you just gotta go where they take you. So that's what I did. So I'm here, and it's tough, and I'm away from my family. And I have a dog. I have a little bad dog, Luna, who is 11 months old. And I have a little cat, Jason, who is 5 months old. He's not here right now. He's at my house. I left him at home this past weekend. But Luna's here, and she's sniffing all my things and just being bad and cute in general. So those, I guess, are the introductions. I want to be okay, So I'm just gonna be super honest because that's what I do. And usually I like to write. I feel like I'm a kind of a good writer, but I feel like writing takes more time than talking, and I don't have a lot of time right now. Probably more on that later too if I don't forget. What else did I want to say? I don't know. Oh, I have ADD. That's a real thing. I'll just throw that out too. It's partly why I'm a non-traditional student, and it's taken me, I'm not one of those people that always knew I wanted to go into medicine. So it's not like I was like, oh, it's always been my dream and I'm just now making it a reality. I only figured this out, that this is what I wanted to do like 6 years ago. However, even if I had wanted to do it earlier, I could not have, because I'm not great at time management and organization and getting all my ducks in a row. So there's that, yay me. And I recently read a stat that 3% of med students have a disability, and of those 3%, 1/3 of them it's ADD. That's their disability. I don't consider it a disability. Yeah, it makes some stuff hard, but kind of makes me kind of interesting. I like who I am. It makes it hard in the society that we live in and the way that things are set up. Let me just say that. Left to my own devices, with no deadlines and stuff like that, like I'm fine. But, deadlines, time, makes it hard. Let's see. So I want to be one of those like beautiful, glamorous YouTube stars that fix their hair and like do the makeup tutorials and all of those things. And sometimes I can look not homeless. But that's not where I am right now. Today, what is today? Today's Wednesday. I don't even know what the date is. Usually I'm pretty good at keeping up with what day of the week it is, but I'm not really good at knowing what the date is anymore. It all blurs together. I'm just gonna be really real. I haven't showered since Sunday, and I probably have more dry shampoo on my head than I have hair. I think it kind of looks okay, like maybe a little slick looking over here, but whatever. So maybe sometimes I will be made up and pretty looking, but that's not today or most days. I'm just like a gross, smelly swamp demon, and I'm just trying to do the best that I can with that. So I don't know why people watch med school student videos. Maybe because they either are a student and they just want to know what other people's experiences are, or maybe they're trying to become one and they're like, you want to know what it's like or how to get here or whatever. And so we will get to all of that. Right now, so let's just talk about this. I go to a school that has a block schedule, which is about 3-ish months long per block. We are in our 3rd block right now. It is neurology, and it is kicking my butt. Like, I am not one of those med students who studies all the time and that's all I do, and like I get A's and then I stress out if I get like an 89.6. That's not me. Like, I'm gonna be honest because it's what I do. I am one of those people, I do study, but going back to the ADD thing, it's not always productive study or efficient study. And honestly, I shouldn't even be making this video right now because I could always be studying something. I actually have an exam at 2:00 and it is 9:41. I should be studying. I should always be studying though. And if you have that mindset, like, I should be studying. You will literally never do anything else. Like, you won't shower. I haven't showered, but that's just me. That's on me. You won't walk your dog. You won't have a dog. You won't do any fun things ever because you'll be studying, because there's always something more that you can study. Like, med school is, what is that movie called? Shelley, what's her name? And Tom Hanks. I'm showing my age. Money Pit. It's not exactly a money pit, although it kind of is. Like, you throw all of your money and then some, money that you don't even have, and your firstborn into med school. But it's like a time suck, like all the time that you could throw into it. Like, it takes all of that and more, however much time, and then some you have to throw into it. That's how much time it takes. So it's really tough. I'm barely hanging on. Like, I am one of those students that's like, C's get medical degrees. And I mean, granted, I do have a lot going on. I have 3 kids. I have a husband. I commute every weekend, most weekends. I have a disability. I still work a little bit. Like, I'm not going to tell you what I do, but I still work a little bit sometimes, just to, again, money pit, throw it all in, money that I don't even have. And it's a lot. And so, that corny joke, like, what do you call the guy who graduated last in his med school class? Doctor. That's okay if that's me. Like, bare minimum is okay if that's what you have to give. Like, if that's what you have to give, like, I tell myself this anyway, that, like, this is what I have to give. I do the best that I can, and everything else, like, I just feel like my life comes first, and then med school. Like, so my family, like, for example, like, 3 kids. So last week, a week ago today, my 16-year-old daughter was in a bad car crash. Like, if you would see the vehicle, you would expect a lot more damage to the person that was in it. But thankfully, she looks pretty great, considering, some bruises, some stitches, but she's fine. I went home for that. I missed exams. I missed 2 days of class last week. I missed 2 exams. And it's just because those things, like, family comes first. I feel like the thing that got you or me or anybody into med school is being, like, a well-rounded person. And I think the thing that's going to get you to the next place or wherever you're going in your life is to continue that. Like, continue being a well-rounded person, which means, like, take care of your mental health and, take care of the things that need to be taken care of as best you can. You're still going to be squeezed because, again, everything that you can give to it and more, it's going to take it. Like I said, I have, like, those 2 makeup, I had to make up 2 exams, and I had 2 exams this week, and then I had 2 makeup exams on top of it. So 4 exams total this week. And, like, between the last 3 days, I think I've gotten, like, 15 hours of sleep. Like, I go to bed kind of late, 11, 12, try to stay up and study, and then get up at, like, 4 or 5 and, like, cram some more so I can go, like, sit for this exam at 8 o'clock and, like, get it all in as much as I can. What else do I want to say about this? So, it's really tough. If you are a med student, congratulations for getting where you are. You've done a lot of hard work. you're not alone. If you're like killing med school, okay, yeah, you're alone. Not very many of you are doing that. Yay for you. But if you're not, and you're just like hanging on, you're in, I don't know if I can say you're in good company. You're in company. How about that? You are in company with at least me. If you are a student trying to get into med school, I mean, most people's stories are not going to be like mine. Like, the average age of the people in my class is 24, and like I'm 11 years older than that. Haha, whatever. Most of us don't have kids. Most of us aren't married. Most of us don't have like real lives outside of this. But everybody, like wherever you are, you have those struggles, and those are real to you. And like the hardest things that you've known in your life may not be like as hard, or like, you know, comparable, yes, but like in a different sort of way. Like, maybe I'll give this example. I have like a 16-year-old kid is my oldest. I have a 14-year-old kid, and I have a 7-year-old kid. So with the big kids, you know, maybe the stuff that they're doing in school, like calculus, you know, and then the baby who's 7 is doing like times tables or something like that. And most people would say, oh yeah, calculus is way harder than times tables. But if you look at it like where you are, for a 16-year-old, calculus is the hardest thing that they've learned. That's the next thing. That's where they're at. For the 7-year-old, times tables, that's the hardest thing they've encountered, and that's where they're at. So like developmentally, like where you are in life, like everybody has their own struggles. It's all like relative, and you know, that's what I'm trying to get at. But it's gonna be hard, like even if my story is not like anybody else's story. And if there are any moms out there or people who have to be away from your kids, like kudos to you too. It is tough. It can be lonely. It can be tough. It can be lonely. It can be tough and lonely. It can be lonely. It can be tough. It can be lonely and tough. But more importantly, I mean, it can be tough and lonely. So, anyway, everybody is where they're at. It's going to be, if you're trying to get here, it's hard. Know that the things that people tell you, it is true. Like when I was trying to get into med school, someone told me, like I had like people, like multiple people, like actually try to dissuade me from it. They're like, don't do this. If you could see yourself being happy doing literally anything else, do that thing and not this thing. Do not do this unless you think like 100,000 million bajillion percent that this is what you want to do. Because if you're not, it's not going to be worth it. And you're still going to question, even if you are 1,000 bazillion whatever blah, blah, percent sure, you're still going to question whether it's worth it sometimes. So just know you don't have to be perfect. Your life doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to get all A's before med school or even in med school. Maybe if you want to do something like radiology or like, I don't know, orthopedic surgery or something like that, yeah, keep being one of those, you know, super overachievers, cool. But if you're just a regular person like me who already has a life and you just want to like enhance the life that you already have, and you just want to be like a family doctor, which is probably what I'm going to go into. I don't really know. I'm probably going to go into family medicine just because I think it's like super versatile. Currently, I think I want to go into family medicine and specialize in ADHD patients, like kids and adults. If I don't want to do that though, I can catch babies, work in a rural hospital and deliver babies. I can work like in an emergency room. I could go to like on medical missions in some other country and like have a broad and varied kind of medical training that would serve that kind of place well. What else could I do? I could work in a big city. I could work in a rural area. I could work in a hospital. Like I could start my own practice. I just feel like there are a lot of different things that I could do with it, and that appeals to me. I definitely don't want to be bored by what I do. I want to enjoy it every single day. That's what I think I want to do. So if that's just what you want to do in life, don't kill yourself to get there. Like always live your life, do the best that you can, network with other people, get support. You will need support. Like I could not do this, especially with a family, without my family, without my support. Like my husband supports me 1,000%. My mom, she lives in the same town as us. She takes care of the kids. My husband takes care of the kids. My 2 big kids pitch in a lot. My little one gets himself, like he's 7.5, and he's even like self-sufficient enough that he can get himself ready in the mornings. So you just have to enlist the people in your life. My friends know I'm not a great friend right now. Sorry, friends. I love you all. But I'm not a great friend. I'm not a great anything in my life right now. Like I feel like I'm spread super thin. I'm not a great student. I'm not a great wife. I'm not a great mom. I'm not a great daughter. I'm not a great friend. Like any of the roles in my life, I'm not great at any of them. I'm doing the best that I can in all of them. And I think that would be the general consensus of like med students. Like you are doing the best that you can. And like always try to surround yourself with people that bring you up. Tell the people in your life, like something that I've started doing, telling people, like, can you set yourself something in your calendar like once a week, twice a week to like send me an uplifting, encouraging message. Say, Heather, please don't die. We love you. Yay. Can you do this for me? Yes, you can. Thank you. These people really keep me going. When everything is seemingly falling apart. I wouldn't call myself a neat freak, and I wouldn't say that things are superly falling apart right now, but again, neurology block, med student on top of that, life on top of that. My apartment looks like crap right now, and it almost never looks like crap, and it's like superly weighing on me right now, like very heavily. Like I need to stop videoing and like clean and go buy toilet paper. I'm down to just like baby wipes now, which is cool, It's very, very clean feeling, but I need some toilet paper too. My apartment looks absolutely terrible right now. And not that I want to show this and embarrass myself, but like I just want to normalize life. Like doctors are not perfect people. Med students are not perfect people. Even if it looks like that, even if that's like what society thinks or that's what they try to, it is not perfect. And my apartment looks like crap. And if you're a med student or you're a person and like whatever you're going through and your apartment looks like crap, again, maybe you're not in good company, but you're in company, again, with me. So I'm gonna show you what this looks like, okay? Because it usually looks immaculate, and right now it does not. Look at this couch. Like, these pillows are not fluffed. The blanket is not folded. The cover that I have on it to keep dog hair off of it is everywhere. It's all over. Like the things on my coffee table, like that shiny metal star thingy, it's not where it's supposed to be. All this stuff is not supposed to be there. Like, there are dirty clothes from yesterday on my chair. I don't do this. There's my dog on my robe chewing a bone, which, that's normal. The dog, she can be on the chair. That's normal. But the robe is not usually there. Like, my kitchen, it's disgusting. Like, look at these dishes. And I have a dishwasher that's full of clean dishes that I haven't put away so that I can put my dirty dishes away. It's bad. It's probably starting to smell a little bit like shoes in the floor, backpack in the floor. I did a load of laundry yesterday because I was down to it's dark in here. Nothing clean to wear. And it's right inside my front door and not even folded, but it is clean. So at least, even if I look wrinkly, I don't smell wrinkly. Yeah. Whatever that means. So life is hard. Take good care of yourself. This is already a 26-minute long video. I'm going to keep doing these. So, yeah, that's it. Take care of yourself.